Alright, Cyvis students, in the last two tutorials we've looked at using the line tool and the respective shape tools to make different shapes on our artboards. And we've moved them around with our selection tool, which is the black arrow. We're going to look now about different ways to edit these shapes and to make them maybe more specific and more different for whatever project we have in mind. And we're going to do that with our white arrow, which is the direct selection tool. So go ahead and make yourself a rectangle and an ellipse and a line in a new blank document. We're going to go ahead and grab this direct selection tool, and we'll notice that it lets us select specific parts of a shape. If I drag to select this end here, it'll give me the end anchor of this line. And you notice that half of the line is not moving as I drag it around the page. So I can use this to edit and make changes to things I've already done. If I grab the corner of our rectangle here, I can move that corner in and out and make different shapes than just a basic rectangle with all its sides. You can even do this on the ellipse. I can grab this corner here and move it around. You're also capable of grabbing a whole line and moving it, or of drag selecting and grabbing multiple things at once, including things from multiple objects. So here I'm moving a bunch of these at once. If we look at the anchor that I grabbed on the ellipse tool, we'll notice it looks a little different than the anchors on the rectangle and on the line. That's because the anchors here on the ellipse tool are curve anchors, and these handles here and everything, this is referred to as a Bezier because of the way this curve is made. It comes from a mathematical formula that I believe was made by a man with that last name. But you'll notice here, if I grab these handles, I can rotate the handle bit around here and it controls this curve. In addition, when you have things selected with the direct selection tool, you can, up here in our options, change the type of anchor point it is. So I can click this button and this anchor point becomes a corner anchor point. And now it's basically like the rectangle anchor point where it wants to come to a straight line corner. Back on the rectangle, I can change it into a curve. And in fact, I can grab these handles and pull them way out and just affect one side of the curve. You can also do things such as select an anchor and delete it up here to make shapes based on different numbers of anchors. You can also show the handles specifically when you've converted it, or you can hide the handles. And later we'll even look at their ways that you can move just one handle at a time to affect your curves. So what I would do now is I would take some time, maybe 5 minutes, and make some shapes and see what you can do to edit an existing shape. What can you do to it? How can you do different things with it? We want here, how can we radically alter a shape? Here I'll select all the inside vertices of this star, and maybe I make them all curves. What's going to happen there? So think about the ways that you can take sort of our basic shapes and building blocks that we have and then edit them to suit sort of whatever needs you may have. And I'll see you in the next tutorial.